Hi, this is the Drupal Cross Initiatives discussion for January 11th, 2018. And we're going to look at initiatives who are present today, if we can unblock their stuff or figure out any way to get stuff in the remaining few days before the alpha. Hopefully this will be a useful meeting for everyone. I think we'd also keep it short, so to let everyone go back to make progress and focus on what we can help with. All right, so let's see who's here. So we don't have anyone for API first at the moment, I think, so we can skip that for now. We have JavaScript.
Yeah. Okay. So two sort of long-running big issues: the AJAX.js inserts div wrapping issue is RTBC, as well as the new JavaScript messages API issue. They would be really great to get the fix for AJAX.js in before A5. Other than that, we did just today do a new release for the React dblog prototype and sort of update on where we're going with the component library that we've been working on. So that's it.
Mm-hmm. So you blocked on commits or final reviews?
Blocked on commits at this point.
Okay. So I talked to Angie about the product manager involvement on the meeting, and she said that she would try to be on the next one.
Okay.
So we'll see if that works. And help untangle the goal questions. Let me not break this document. She was aware that there was no meeting over the holidays, so that's the thing. Okay, so layout, I believe they are neck deep in working on stuff. So and it's still either gonna happen or not. So it's pretty similar to what we've had last week. And have a bunch of people for time and need stuff to be implemented, and that's why they are not on this meeting. As for media, there's a media sprint over this weekend, and a bunch of UI questions have been resolved. Several questions brought to the UX meeting this week discussed around uploading widgets, etc. A lot of the previous questions that we discussed before are being revisited. We'll look at stuff again, like what we do with several media types and that kind of stuff. There's less blockers now for showing the module in the UI, but there's also some progress on redefining priorities and blockers, whether we can show the module in the UI with less, especially not having CK editor integration for now, in favor of at least being able to use reusable media in fields, so that you have some functionality, if not everything is reproducible from earlier file and image fields. But there's a bunch of progress around guiding the users to use the right fields and making stuff render properly and that kind of stuff. Migrate is having a virtual sprint right now. Hello. Oh no, we don't have Lucas. Lucas was in the other hangout, and I told him to get over here, and then he did not get over here. In that case, I will talk for Lucas. So Migrate is having a virtual sprint right now, and they're working on a bunch of things, including documentation fixes and making testing easier with Migrate, API cleanups, that kind of stuff. And I'm supporting them with reviews. And they also had AlexBot commit to help with reviews. So I assume that will also happen. And yeah, if the criticals will be possible to get done on time with a few days left, then they still have to work to migrate API stable. But they are working on a bunch of other things as well, not just critical issues. So virtual sprint right now. Instead, the others can help unblock them. Yeah. All right. Out of the box.
Okay, so it has been moving forward with patches. There has been several patches, and some of them have already had some reviews, and it helped because theme is, I think it's almost done for the alpha release. And right now, most of the focus is on the warnings, the warning on the install profile page, and a permanent warning that should be appearing all the time when you install the profile. And it looks like we have a defined, the designs are defined for the MVP, for the alpha release, but we still don't know which are the final desired designs. But it looks like for the MVPs, it's clear, and some patches are coming for that. And
so who could unblock that?
Sorry?
Who would be able to help unblock that? What do you think?
I don't know. I think it's still being worked, and until someone, Gareth, actually, I think he's the one who is going to upload the patches. Until he does it, someone working on that will be just doing double work.
Mm-hmm.
And apart from that, I think Keith, well, there was a sprint where the default content was reviewed, and it looks like we have quite good default content. And Keith is managing, well, he's working on the licensing for images that we're going to include because there were some troubles. And he's just creating the images again with his own photos. And for now, it's all. The plan is to upload patches on each issue during the weekend, and to have reviews during the weekend, we hope. Mm-hmm. And after that, if everything goes fine and we got the alpha working, we have the commit for the alpha, mm-hmm. And we're going to focus on accessibility for the theme. And I don't remember. Well, the other stuff is just working. Yeah, for the theme, probably we are going to need to talk with people from the layout to implement all that we can on the next release. but it's more for the future because some people actually asked for it because we are creating the detail page for the recipes, just hard code on the templates for now because it's impossible to do otherwise. And we are going to probably ship with that for now, but we'll try to implement something better in the next weeks.
So would that be still targeted for 8.5 or would it be for 8.6?
No. Yeah, 8.6. I don't know, at least at some point in the future before the 8.6, we probably start doing that, but we will start. So I don't know how much work is it.
So you actually plan to include experimental modules in the profile then?
Yeah, because a lot of people is asking for it, but anyway, it's just in the planning, and we still have to discuss it further. It will depend a lot on the feedback we get after, if we have everything committed now.
Yeah, I think that's important because it informs the discussion on the warnings, which was about whether to say this is an experimental profile or not. But if it does enable experimental things, then it will definitely be experimental.
Yeah.
In itself, inheriting the experimental state. So yeah, that informs that too. Okay. So you think the designs are well defined and they just need to be implemented for the warnings, and then it's basically down to feedback.
At least for the MVPs, we don't have a clear path for the final look and feel or the final decision, just for the MVP, just to have something this weekend.
The designs I've seen looked reasonable. Not just as MVP, but I may have not seen the right ones. Yeah, so from last week you got feedback on the challenges and marching on. If there's any stuff that seems to be blocked, I'm happy to help, as I do with Migrate Media and others.
Cool, thanks.
Sure. So next one would be PHP unit, and I have both Danielle and Sally invited for that. No, not Sally. Danielle invited for that, but Danielle is not here. Yeah, I checked and it seems to be the right address for Danielle, but I will ping them again if it's valuable for them. So this meeting was suggested by some people in Vienna, and I don't want people to attend if it's not valuable, obviously. I'm also not anyone's boss for demanding time. So Setting Stray is also pretty much in the similar state as it was last week, I think. Ted is on vacation, so it did not attend. So there's a bunch of issues left that are being worked on and are getting reviews, and is slowly but steadily getting there. Workflows.
Hi. So we're still marching towards beta for workflows. We received more reviews, especially from Catch, from Matt. He didn't find many architectural problems. At least there's one for now, which should be resolved in the next couple of days. And we are also trying to see if we can get the current UI, which is not the full UI, which was shown by Dries on stage. If we can get this one considered as okay enough for the beta stability, but we already started on working on the full UI. The team can say more about that.
Yeah, so I've started working on the full UI, which is going to utilize the off-canvas parts of settings tray that are now in proper core. So we're looking to put the settings tray at the top of the page, and Ted and Matt have already provided reviews for that. So I've uploaded a new patch this morning. If you want to take another look, Matt, that would be great. I'm pretty new to the world of JavaScript, so it's a bit of a learning curve, but I'm enjoying it. But yeah, it's pretty close rendering at the top. There's just sort of 3 or 4 little issues, and then we should be on our way. And once that's in, we can look at building the UI for workspaces at the top of the screen, which will be great. But yeah, as Andre said, the beta workspace patch is looking pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so basically we're still hoping to get it in 8.5.
And then for content moderation, it's still the same issues blocking.
So what can we do about that?
So
Lee already posted a review. We have to address it. And yeah, we'll see afterwards.
Mm-hmm. So it's quite important to get in, I guess. If I can help connect the dots there or something, that'd be great. But yeah, I see it needs work on.
Yeah.
On that.
I wanted to dive in for you guys to help out with that one, but it requires so much views knowledge that I just don't have. So it would take me a long time to ramp up to really fix it. So I'm hoping that Andre or Tim maybe can fix it much quicker than I could, and I could re-review it then.
Yeah, I'm sure we can work it out over the next couple of days.
So is this 2862041?
That's the one.
That's okay.
That was such a fast response, Tim, that makes me think that you actually know the node ID by head, which is...
No, I've just got the tab open already, so I'm not that good.
It's less than 300 comments, so it's not that bad. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so if I can help with connecting the dots there anyway, then I would be happy, but seems like it's not at that stage yet. So that was the one issue, and which was the other one? The 2885469 that's shared with the rest, right?
Yeah, the manual ID setting one.
Yeah, that's for workspaces.
Ah, okay. And that's still RTBC.
Yep, it's been for a while.
For 5 days. It's only 23K. Mostly tests. Yeah.
Yeah, the thing is that it's a critical, or it's a very important bug fix as well. So I'm pretty sure it will get into 8.5, but that doesn't help workspaces, because workspaces needs to land before the alpha, of course, which is why this is more urgent than it otherwise would have been.
Okay. So this basically needs a committer.
Yep. And Alex Pod actually reviewed it. I proposed a suggestion. Alex agreed. Andre implemented it, and now it's back to RTBC. And Alex basically said, "Yay!" But yes, committer time is what is needed.
I'm saying yay and not committing it. I don't know how to interpret.
Yeah.
What does that mean? Okay. Okay, so I will try to connect it with the committer as soon as possible. And the other one needs work on the workflow side or the content moderation side. So cool. Yeah, so that those two things for the workflows, and then we have API first. We have Wim here now.
Yep. There's two very important issues for API first. The term parent issue, which fixes the way that the parent field on a term entity works. That has been RTBC for quite some time now. Has received some committer attention, but hasn't been committed yet. It's still RTBC. And then there is a binary file upload issue, which is the biggest issue that is still open in Drupal core today. So I'm not too hopeful that that will still land, to be honest. But then it's going to be ready for H6 at a very early time. So that's good. And then there's several very important other REST issues that are RTBC. I think there's like 4 or 5 REST issues RTBC today. One small thing landed yesterday, but the remaining ones, including the one that Andre or Tim was referring to about that regression, the manually setting thing to 8.8 and so on, that is also included in that list, of course. And yeah, none of them are trivial, none of the remaining ones. So we'll see. What gets committed, and otherwise it's for 8.6. Not blocked on anything per se, except commits, just like everyone else.
Yeah, okay. Okay. Again, so mostly, so it looks like API first and content moderation, or no, or the workspaces blockers. So mostly API first, to some degree shared with workspaces is committed on RTPC stuff hanging.
Yep.
Okay. I should have put that in the challenges then. Challenges, same as successes. There's a lot of RTBC issues. All right. So that's okay. So I will also try to nudge committers on that. And then we have Sally also here. So what Matt said is the JS messages and div wrapping are RTBC, and it would be really good to land at least the JS messages. And I told him that Angie said that she would be able to attend the JS meeting to help define goals and stuff, because that was feedback earlier that it may be useful to have someone check from Drupal product management parts. Anything else that you think?
Not the JS messages, the Ajax JS changes. JS messages is not as important, but 11 years later, people might actually want to use this thing.
Yeah, I have nothing to add to that.
All right.
Yeah, I think Matt wins the award for oldest issue currently RTBC.
Yeah. Okay. And we have Gabe. So were you here for API first or something else? Gabe, you're muted.
All I was going to say is I was here to listen.
Sorry, what was that?
I'm just here to listen.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so I think that we went through all of the initiatives that we've had people for. So I will try to ping people, especially on all the API first, ping committers, especially on all the API first stuff. In particular, the term parent issue and the workspaces blocker, setting the IDs, and we'll see if we can get those in to unblock multiple things at once. And continue being involved with Media Migrate, and looking forward to any questions from Out of the Box. I try to be on the Out of the Box channel as well to help address questions as they come up immediately.
Thanks.
Sure. Cool. So I don't think it makes sense to have one of these again next week, because this made sense because we are heading up right into the alpha. So would it make sense to have it in 2 weeks or 3 weeks again? Do we have stuff interesting for the beta that we want to? Not much of a difference between requirements that we need to meet for initiatives between the alpha and beta.
Yeah, I don't think there are much changes for us.
Because alpha is a go no go place, and then between the beta.
Yeah.
If we meet like in 3 weeks, then we still have 1 week before the beta. If there's any critical stuff that we need to unblock, that we don't take up people's time so much. Okay then, so let's do this January 1st, February 1st, sorry. That would be a week before the beta, if that makes sense. And in the meantime, if I can help anyone connect dots, unblock stuff, get you the people who you need to review things. If in any way I can help, I will be trying my best. And after this call, I will share again the video and the notes so that people who are watching will be able to get involved. So if there's nothing else, then thanks all for coming, and again, some time back to you.
Thank you as well, Gabor.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.